So we want to feel whole. What does whole mean? It really means harmony. We want to feel harmony because it's only through feeling harmony that we will in fact feel whole. So, as we know, all relationships require work, and it is through that work that we find harmony with another human being. Now this could be in a working relationship, or it could be in a personal working relationship. Admittedly, they have different values, but the essence is about communication. So we need to have those lines of communication really open, that each one understands what the other person is thinking. Now, eventually we can become more intuitive, and we know what that other person is thinking. We can read not only their facial signs, but we know their character, so it's very easy to interpret. But then even some people are very good actors and actresses. So in essence, we only show people what we want them to see. Everyone has, or the majority of people have, feelings about themselves that they don't want to show. But in reality, these are often the things they wear on their sleeve and are more evident, because anything that we try to repress gains its own force or power and will want to try and express itself. So relationships are about, firstly, those lines of communication, being open. Then, of course, there might be compromise, where we have to put our feelings aside to allow the other person to express themselves. And we shouldn't think of that in a negative term, that we have given compromise for this person to express themselves, because if that is done in the form of an offering, then that will by itself create harmony. So sometimes, yes, we'd like to go here. Our partner or our friend doesn't want to go there, or would rather go somewhere else. And so we give in. We give in to their will. But that always should be done as an offering. Always should be done as an offering, and we mustn't feel compromised. If we feel compromised, then we have not communicated well. So you see how it all interacts with each other. When there is harmony, then honesty can flow. Yes, honesty can flow. We can be honest with our feelings. We feel we can express ourselves without being criticized or victimized. So it is in these type of relationships that a relationship blossoms and has the ability to grow. But of course, there's many other attributes that go into good relationships: patience, perseverance, endurance. So we need a little bit of all of that in good balance. Then our relationships, perhaps our principal relationship, feels much more wholesome. It feels much more satisfying. And we're not talking physically, because the physical satisfaction should be the culmination and not the start. It's very easy to feel gratified, because we all have needs, and yes, we want those needs fulfilling. but that isn't the beginning, that's essentially the end. Lovemaking really is a celebration. Yeah, it's a celebration of our relationship where we take it perhaps from the subtle and combine the physical. And the truth is, and I've said this a few times before, that the human orgasm is the closest experience that we can have of feeling at one with someone or with God. And that intensity of feeling unified is a godly experience. So we want a relationship to be built on all levels. Yes, we want to have a compatible and fulfilling physical relationship. Nothing wrong in that at all, but we've got to make sure that the subtler levels, on a mental level, that we have compatibility, and that is what is so important. Now, that does not take away our individual personality, because you can be very, very different. You can have very, very different tastes. Like, I would never buy Jasmini clothes unless she was there. Because when I do, she accused me of trying to dress her like my mother. So what I would pick up, walking around a clothes shop, and I would say, oh, this is really nice, I really like this. So, and that's fine, and I totally respect that, because what she does end up with, I still like, thankfully. So, but, there's a total, two ends of the scale difference there. But eventually, I'm happy with her choice, and she's happy that I like her choice. So then there is harmony, and that is so important. And you don't always achieve that harmony, easily. It does take effort, it does take patience, it does require compromise, and more so than anything else, it requires effort. It requires effort. But always remember that in any relationship, if there is harmony, when you give of yourself, when you're giving of yourself selflessly, it always brings such wonderful rewards. So then that harmony, you feel the harmony between each other, and you know what happens in very good relationships, that lifts both people to a godly existence. Because, what is the purpose of relationships? What is the purpose? Okay, we know that procreation, but we can procreate without having a relationship. Yeah, it's called a one-night stand. We can do that very easily, but obviously that's not really what we want, essentially, at the end of the day. Everyone wants a relationship, and the reason that we want a relationship is because of those opposites. So in other words, when we spoke earlier in the week about manifestation, when the relative world of existence is manifested, everything we see around us, it has opposites. So then, light, dark, female, male, etc., those attributes, and therefore, because those attributes have been divided, there is this attraction to bring them back together, to go back to that abstract form. So this attraction is a stepping stone that through the concrete, through the personal, we will reach the abstract. So we go from the relative field in a relationship to a more abstract form of love, which brings us closer to the divine. Actually, in reality, when you love someone, or when you feel that love for someone, you are expressing God. You're godding the person. New word for the dictionary. Because if God is love and love is God, that expression of love is expressing divinity. But to really understand and appreciate that, we have to go beyond the physical and mental levels. And they are, again, stepping stones in a relationship to go to something far deeper and profound. So this is the way that through the concrete we're able to understand God better and his manifestation. And that is, it is this attraction that is necessary in all forms to bring us back to that divinity in which we are. Help us realize that. So quickly on this, because I know we've got lots of questions, we want to be lifted up by the relationship to a spiritual level. That's what we want. And then we naturally feel harmonious, and we feel in love, and then we feel the love of God.